How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sami Baya. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. Dealing with a narcissist's new supply. That's the title of this video. Dealing with a narcissist's new supply can be a deeply challenging experience, especially when you're dealing with the aftermath of a narcissistic relationship. Narcissists thrive on validation, and once they find a new person to fulfill their needs, it can create intense emotional turbulence for their past partner. So in this video, we'll look at how to deal with a narcissist's new supply. Let's look at the narcissist cycle of idealization to begin with. In any narcissistic relationship, the narcissist often begins with a phase of idealization where they shower their new supply with love, admiration, and attention. This phase is particularly manipulative as it convinces the new person they are unique, special, and irreplaceable. The narcissist creates a false narrative, leading the new supply to believe they have found someone who understands and appreciates them in ways no one else has. Narcissists are driven by a constant need for validation and admiration. This insatiable need doesn't go away when the relationship with the previous partner ends. The new supply becomes the target of this behavior, as the narcissist aims to feed their ego and maintain their self-image. This dependency on external validation can be draining for the new supply, who may eventually feel like they are walking on eggshells, trying to meet unrealistic expectations. One of the most dangerous elements of a narcissist's new relationship is the speed and intensity of their love bombing. They overwhelm the new supply with affection, compliments, and promises for the future. At first glance, this seems romantic, but it's a strategic move to gain control and attachment. As the narcissist shifts from one partner to another, this tactic helps ensure that the new supply becomes emotionally invested before they can recognize any red flags. For anyone who has been in a relationship with a narcissist, the inevitable comparison between themselves and the new supply can be painful. Narcissists often play this game, making the new partner feel like they're better than the previous one. This tactic is designed to incite jealousy and insecurity. The narcissist may subtly or overtly disparage their former partner, pointing out flaws, all while elevating the new supply to an unattainable pedestal. When a narcissist enters a new relationship, part of the motivation is often to win after the previous relationship has ended. They may view their new supply as a trophy or a symbol of victory over their past partner. The narcissist will put on a facade of happiness and success, showcasing their new relationship as proof of their desirability, all while continuing to seek validation from others, including their ex. A narcissist often tries to maintain control over their ex by engaging in a smear campaign once they found a new supply. They may spread lies, manipulate the truth, or twist narratives to paint their ex in a negative light. This is intended to isolate their previous partner and prevent them from garnering support or sympathy from friends, family, or mutual acquaintances. The new supply may be unaware of the narcissist's manipulative behavior, having fallen victim to the narcissist's charm and grandiosity. They may believe the narcissist's love bombing is genuine, unaware that they are being used to fulfill the narcissist's emotional needs. As time passes, the new supply may begin to feel overwhelmed or controlled, but will often struggle to reconcile the idealized version of the narcissist with the reality. Narcissists thrive on creating insecurity in their partners, and this extends to the new supply as well. The narcissist may instigate jealousy by reminiscing about their past relationships, including the one they had with their former partner. The new supply might feel threatened by this and may act out of character, trying to prove their worth or compete for the narcissist's attention. A narcissist is often consumed by grandiose fantasies, and their new supply becomes part of that fantasy. The narcissist may talk about their grand plans for the future, how the new supply is going to fit into their ideal life, and how perfect everything will be. These fantasies are often unrealistic and unsustainable, but they serve to entrap the new supply and distract them from the underlying dysfunction. At some point, the narcissist will begin to devalue their new supply. This may happen after the idealization phase has ended and the narcissist starts to lose interest, when the new supply doesn't meet the narcissist's expectations, or when they challenge the narcissist's control. Narcissistic rage may be triggered. This rage is often disproportionate and the new supply may be left confused and hurt. A classic feature of narcissistic relationships is the push-pull dynamic. The narcissist will alternate between lavishing the new supply with attention and withdrawing affection, leaving them feeling confused and insecure. This cycle is designed to keep the new supply emotionally invested, chasing after the narcissist's approval while simultaneously questioning their worth. One of the most insidious behaviors a narcissist exhibits is projection. When a narcissist feels threatened or insecure, they may project their own flaws or negative behaviors onto their new supply. They might accuse the new partner of being selfish, disloyal, or manipulative, all while excusing their own toxic actions. This confuses the new supply and can make them question their own behavior and motives. Even as they play the role of the attentive and loving partner, the narcissist's new supply will eventually notice the lack of emotional empathy. The narcissist is unable to genuinely connect with their new partner on a deep emotional level. The interactions are superficial and self-serving. This lack of empathy may become more apparent over time, leaving the new supply feeling emotionally drained and unfulfilled. Once the narcissist feels secure in their new supply, they may begin to withhold affection, attention, or sex as a form of manipulation. This is often done to maintain control over the new supply and to make them work harder for validation. The narcissist's withdrawal can leave the new supply anxious and desperate for the narcissist's approval, which further reinforces the power imbalance. To further isolate the new supply, narcissists often work to manipulate their social circle. They may try to charm the new supply's friends and family members, portraying themselves as the perfect partner while subtly undermining the new supply's relationships. This creates a toxic dynamic where the new supply feels torn between loyalty to their narcissistic partner and their friends or family. Although narcissists often seem invincible and emotionally detached, they harbor a deep fear of abandonment. This fear can manifest in their relationship with the new supply, causing them to act in ways that create unnecessary drama or tension. The narcissist will use any perceived threat to their status in the new relationship to regain control, often engaging in dramatic outbursts or guilt-tripping to avoid rejection. Eventually, the narcissist will begin to devalue the new supply. They might begin to criticize the new partner, pointing out flaws or finding fault with them. This phase is emotionally confusing for the new supply, who may feel like they've done something wrong, not understanding that the narcissist's behavior is rooted in their need for control and admiration. Over time, the new supply may begin to notice the pattern of narcissistic abuse. They may start questioning the sincerity of the narcissist's affections or recognize the emotional roller coaster they are on. However, leaving the narcissist is not easy, as they may have become emotionally attached or dependent on the narcissist for validation. When the narcissist perceives that they may lose their new supply, they may engage in hoovering tactics. This is where they attempt to suck the new supply back into the relationship by showering them with attention or promises of change. The narcissist might play on the new supply's emotions, making them believe that things will be different this time. The new supply often experiences cognitive dissonance, a psychological state where their beliefs and actions are in conflict. On one hand, they want to believe that the narcissist truly loves them and that their relationship is healthy. On the other hand, they feel confused by the narcissist's actions and contradictions. This mental tug of war can be exhausting and disorienting. As the narcissist's manipulation deepens, the new supply's self-esteem begins to erode. Constant criticism, emotional withholding, and the narcissist's lack of empathy can cause the new supply to question their worth and feel emotionally drained. The narcissist's behavior may chip away at the new supply's sense of self, leading them to feel lost or insignificant. When the narcissist perceives that they are losing control over the new supply, they may react aggressively or manipulatively. They may resort to gaslighting, convincing the new supply that they are the problem or that their concerns are unfounded. This keeps the new supply on edge, constantly questioning their reality and self-worth. To maintain dominance, narcissists often create chaos or drama in their relationships. They may stir up conflict, make unreasonable demands, or manipulate situations to create emotional upheaval. This chaos serves to distract from their own shortcomings and to keep the new supply focused on managing the emotional fallout rather than seeing the narcissist's true nature. Over time, the emotional toll of being with a narcissist can cause the new supply to feel utterly exhausted. The constant emotional highs and lows, coupled with the manipulation, can wear down even the most resilient individuals. This exhaustion can manifest as anxiety, depression, or an overwhelming sense of powerlessness. The narcissist's need for control is a defining feature of their relationships. They may monitor the new supply's activities, dictate how they should behave, or even isolate them from others. This control is often disguised as concern or love, but it is ultimately meant to maintain dominance and prevent the new supply from gaining independence. The new supply may be left feeling confused about their relationship. They might vacillate between feeling adored and rejected, unsure of where they stand with the narcissist. This emotional confusion is a hallmark of narcissistic abuse, as the narcissist deliberately keeps the new supply off balance to maintain control. A narcissist may have multiple sources of supply at any given time, including the new partner, old partners, or even friends and family. This need for constant validation can cause the narcissist to divide their attention between several people, making it harder for the new supply to feel truly valued or secure in the relationship. The narcissist's ultimate goal in any relationship is not love or companionship, but control and validation. The new supply is just another pawn in their ongoing quest to feel superior, admired, and unchallenged. The narcissist may invest heavily in their new supply at first, only to discard them once they have extracted all the emotional value they can. Eventually, the new supply may awaken to the truth about the narcissist's behavior. This realization can be painful and difficult to accept, but it is often the first step towards breaking free. The new supply may begin to recognize the manipulation, lies, and emotional abuse for what they are, leading them to take steps towards healing and leaving the narcissist behind. Dealing with a narcissist's new supply is a process that involves both emotional pain and growth. For those who have been involved with a narcissist, the healing journey is often long and challenging. Recognizing the patterns of abuse, seeking support, and prioritizing self-care are essential steps in reclaiming one's self-worth and rebuilding a healthier, more fulfilling life. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.